Let's start it. All right, we're now streaming. This is the FY21 Q4 Marketing How to Achieve meeting. Looks like there are no questions, so.
Hey, Todd, can you elaborate a bit on the status of the one-person experiments?
Yes, we are collecting some more candidates for one-person experiments, and then we are going to assign and proceed. So if you look at the OKR here, there's a link to a spreadsheet where we're collecting some of that.
Yep, I see it.
Week we'll make decisions, and I'll certainly run that by you because I know you have some opinions about those. And if we get more people who are willing to do one, I might do more than 5. But there's a couple that I really want to do on there for sure.
For sure. Hey, I see guest posts, and I think there's 2 elements to that. There's guest authors and guest posts. Like guest authors is other people on our site, and guest posts is us posting on other sites. And I think we have to we're publishing a lot, and it's great content. I just think that like most of the time when it's on our blog, we only get people who are already familiar with GitLab. Can we kind of change that thinking a bit, where like the primary place that our like developer advocates, technical marketing place content is not on our own properties, but on other people's properties, so that we reach new audiences?
Yes.
And I think both are great ideas, by the way, and I think both don't require a single person dedicated to the effort. I think these are just kind of things we need to change to get more.
We could set a goal. We could just set a metric and say,
yeah, for sure.
We're trying to get, 5 or 10 guest posts published, technical posts published in the quarter on other people's sites with traffic.
Yeah, I would set for on our blog, I would set, you can kind of see, like if I see Mitchell and Kelsey mentioned, so we can say we want guest posts with people with cumulative Twitter following of 100 million people. So like one Mitchell Hashimoto is 200K, and the 100 million is not a serious suggestion, but a Mitchell guest post counts as his number of Twitter followers. And then for our guest posts on other blogs, we could just do views like we do for everything. You just count how many referrals are coming from that domain, and then you multiply that by some factor of how much you might have missed and something like that.
Yes, sir. I like that. So basically, we want X number of guest posts placed with Y number of views. And we want guest posts with cumulative Twitter following of, X guest posts with cumulative Twitter following of Y 100,000.
Yeah. And I would almost say, as far as I'm concerned, we remove the goal for X number of posts. I think, for example, with technical marketing, I see way too many videos and way too low views. I'd rather have them make fewer. I think we're just behind on views, not on quantity. So I kind of want, as the goal should only push people on views and not on quantity of content, because I think that's, they don't need a push there. I think we're making enough, we're just not getting enough attention per item, but I'm not sure what you think.
I think I'm going to put, we want Y number of views on content placed on other websites with referrer links back to GitLab.
Yeah, that's great.
And I do think when for other people, we could say we're going to go try to get 5 guest posts with cumulative Twitter following. That just helps people kind of add it up and figure it out.
Cool. Not against that.
Okay. So I will, in our next one-on-one, I'll tell you where we landed on these one-person project experiments. I'll update you on that.
Appreciate it.
We did add numbers to all of our OKRs, I believe. There may be one where we still need a number, but just FYI, we did some data and kind of figured out what would changing the shape of the curve look like for things like new order SAOs and things like channel and alliance PIOs. So the metrics you see are almost unachievable aspirational metrics that we're going to try to go for.
Thanks. If we have a metric like share of voice metric related to CI established for FY22, I assume that's still a placeholder, and we'll fill that in the coming weeks.
That one KR is to establish what that metric is.
Oh, okay.
So there's two, let's see. There are 2 other KRs under that objective that are metrics driven: 20 identified large CI takeout SAOs and 50,000 views of CI specific content achieved. But that specific one is, we don't know exactly what it looks like to measure CI share of voice yet. We have to define what that is.
Okay, so that makes sense. Thanks for that.
If we get it defined and can then do a look back, we'll do that. No reason not to.
That'd be great. But yeah, sometimes it just takes a while to figure something out. Thanks for explaining.
Okay. Any other questions? I like how these OKRs are, I think now kind of specifically more aligned to kind of key business metrics and things that we want to change the shape of where they're going. And so it feels like these are much more aligned with our business than past OKRs. So I'm pleased that it's all sort of coming together from a strategy and a, objectives perspective, which is cool.
Yeah, thanks. I agree. I think we're just getting better at doing them. And I think kudos to Sherry, who's taken over the work of coordinating them. And I think we've never been ready earlier, which is great.
True. Okay. If there's no other questions, we will